Well, hello there. Welcome to the first videos, new channel I'm starting. Redbeard does Star Wars Legion. A little bit about myself and my Legion background. I just started playing about 6 months ago. I'm probably only 11 games in. 3 of them was a tournament on April, this past weekend. It's 420 right now. So maybe like the 15th, whatever that was. I went 0-3, but I got a free Black Chrysanthemum for a door prize 3D print that I can use for like Chewie. But I probably won't because I will never put Wookiees in my Republic list. Just not going to happen. Unless I make a Kashyyyk force, which I won't. All my clones is what I play. I play Republic. They're all 501st. But just want to talk a little bit about lists I build, lists I mess around with, why I do it like that. And this first video is basically some type of iteration of what I've been playing for probably the last 3 to 4 months. It changes. The small cards, I call them. The small cards will change, but the big cards basically stay the same. This is what I found that I liked. And I don't play with Jedi. I don't do it. I don't like Anakin that much. I think Obi-Wan's too much. I like running 9 to 10 activations. And this is what I've been working with so far. So first we got a Rex. Rex is awesome. In the tournament, I would have been a lot closer in one of my games, but I forgot to scout and scouting party 2 Rex. And it put me just far enough off the objectives that I couldn't take them in what time we had left. Rex is pretty awesome. He's pretty aggressive. He's only range 2 for shooting, unless you use one of his cards, but that's a little rough. But usually when you partner him up with some clones, he hangs out a little bit behind him, and then you can put him in the front once you get close because that tactical one is nice. Sharpshooter 1 with 3 red dice at range 2, he can do some damage, especially with a surge to crit. But I run Vigilance, which lets things keep a dodge. See if I come down here. Yeah. So keeping dodge tokens is nice, especially because clones can share. Run Vigilance. Endurance lets him remove a suppression. So he takes a lot of heat, so I figure why not an easy 1 suppression removal. I wish these cards would show up top, but they don't. So keep endurance. Jetpacks. We know what jetpacks does. As an action, you get jump 2. It's really good for grabbing objectives and running away. And then I run smoke because usually I put Rex in a vehicle. That vehicle being my LAATLE. And when he jumps out, I'll pop a smoke to give him that extra little bit of cover. Let's see what he do over the tournament. He did really well shooting. But like I said, without scouting, I kind of screwed myself over. And then it was basically 4 groups of phase 1s. I don't run phase 2s. I think they're too expensive for as many as I want to run. So I run a bunch of phase 2s, or phase 1s, sorry. Just with an extra clone. When I first started playing, before I had my lat, I would run 4 phase 1s. That's the sweet spot for me. 4 phase 1s, and they each had a Z6 with an extra trooper. And in one of my games, I had a 22 dice fire support. Click this so you can read fire support. 22 dice fire support, and I killed Maul in 1 shot. Yeah. Problem is, clones are expensive. I get it. The phase 2s, I think, have another courage, so that's nice, but as far as I know, they're 10 extra when you build your list. These are 52. I think phase 2s are 62. But with these 4, if you're saving dodge tokens, you can share 1, right? So I can share 1 between them. They don't go on forever like they used to. Sag. I run a strike team in my early games. Before the lat, I ran a full group of arcs with Echo, or with 5s. But this strike team, I run Echo. I'll actually let you see Echo. He's got a lot of cool stuff. Reliable 1, crit 1, lethal 1, immune, deflect. Very, very good at a range 5. Unless you're playing something that's also range 5 with Pierce. And that's the big downside to this list, to me. Any list in general. Pierce is rough. I don't know if I'm when I say Pierce. Pierce is rough. And there's really no good melee in this list. So if something gets up on you, hopefully you can just disengage. It's my goal. Disengage or die. And then that way it opens up for a fire support. At the tournament, I had 1 group of clones get charged by 2 dewbacks. And they kept rolling really well defensively. Like, the dewbacks couldn't kill them. But it locked a bunch of my stuff up and it was annoying. I would run Echo and Ascension Cables. And Ascension Cables basically just lets you climb to the top of a building. Without getting hurt. So that's the ARC Troopers. And then maybe my babies. My Bark Speeders ×3. Twin Laser Gunner, which adds 2 black, 2 white dice to the pile. Can shoot out the back at 1 to 3, which is nice because it's got built-in Arsenal 2, Cover 1, and Speeder 1. So you're throwing 3 black, 3 white, 3 red at one thing if you want, and there's 3 of them. And the way I play these things is super aggressive. I rush in there with them, and I put Comms Jammer on. So Comms Jammer doesn't let you... enemies at range 1 can't be issued orders unless they're doing it for themselves, which is nice because you can mess up a lot of people's control like that. You can mess up the way they activate, which is fun. I did run long range. They are the same price, so they're kind of interchangeable. But I'll show you on my next list why I run comms. Well, in this list, I probably did run long range. But I just put comms jammers in there to take the points, just to show you the point cost of this. And the last, probably my favorite thing, the one thing I play Republic for, is my lat. I love this thing. I know a lot of people don't. Everyone loves the tank. The tank's too expensive at 170. It does shoot a lot more, but to me, this is where it's at. It's got a smaller base. It's got hover 2. It's immune to melee range 1. Transport closed. Arsenal 2. So I run that with high energy shells. Onboard comms, like I said, Rex is in here usually. He'll get an order. I can jump out with him and do some funny stuff. And clone shock trooper pilot whenever someone disembarks. Was it a surge token and an aim or dodge for 4, and that's really good. But I love this thing. It will help board control so much because people don't want to get hit by high energies and the laser cannons, because the high energies add critical 1. So you're looking at 3 red, 3 black, and a white every other turn. So it will just sit in the center wherever you want it to and just not let anything through. It's really nice. It does have full armor, but it does throw white defense, but it does surge to defend, which is nice. But it's rough. Pierce. I hate Pierce so much. I've had games where Pierce is the only thing that does damage to this. And it's actually frustrating because nothing can touch this. You'll have those games where nothing can touch your vehicles except Pierce. And it is obnoxious. So that's the list I used to run a lot of. Basically, I was just trying to push things forward, and not really have too much. But if you want to get serious, what I used to run here, I'll build this really quick for you. Get rid of these. I ran phase 1s. They probably had grenades, though. They probably all had frag grenades. Let's do that times infinity. Let's give them all a Z6. Yeah. And it was probably only 8 activations, I know. So we definitely had a set of arcs in there. And we were definitely running 5s. Yeah, 5s. They would take Hunter, I think. And they would hunt like the multi-wound things for me. So we'll add that. Comms, they always got long range. They always ran jetpacks. And they always ran recon intel to get that little extra sneakiness. And frags. This is before I had more smoke tokens. So 5s. That would be that. And then sometimes I would throw a 5th clone in there. Once I had enough clones. I just got a bunch of stuff recently that I really haven't had time to use. So I would do, let me see what else. It's been so long since I used like this basic list. Oh man, because for a long time I used nothing but clones. Like I didn't have any vehicles or anything. There was probably a strike team in there with Echo. Probably endurance on them. I don't really remember. Definitely long range. I don't think I had enough jetpacks, no. So they'd get recon intel and probably frags, and Rex would be fully all the way up. Like that's what he did. I don't remember. It's been so long. Maybe it was just yeah. So somewhere in there. I mean, we can nix one of these, and you're right at 800, and that's about something I would play because all I had was clones. Rex, a bunch of phase 1s, and some arcs. That was initially what my list started at. And let me show you what I'm looking at now here. Tabletop Admiral is amazing. By the way, this is only a 9 activation, but it's more about control. Controlling activations. Going first, going second. I like to play red. I like to go second, so that's not a big deal. But it's Rex again. Slightly less kitted out, but we run improvised orders, which lets us draw an extra order token every turn. And it doesn't have to be on his turn, right? So anytime an order token is drawn, I can tap this, grab another one, pick which one I want to use, throw it back in, and in the end phase, we're ready to go again. I can do it the next turn, which is awesome. Still jetpack, still smoke grenades, but no training, no smoke. Here's the first change up. Clone Commander, only running Vigilance, which is what lets you keep dodge tokens. And you'll see that once you get down here into the clones, they just need to take a dodge once, and they can continue to do it. He's got Bolster too, so as an action, 2 friendly units at range 1 each get a surge. He's got Direct Clone Trooper, so during the command, I can give a friendly Clone Trooper core an order at range 1 to 2. Sharpshooter, 3 dice, range 3, 4 health. He's pretty stout for 60 points. And 2 red for melee. That's pretty good for me. You can run Clone Commander without Rex. I've seen people do that. He's not bad. Not bad at all. Here's where it starts to change even more. So these clone troopers, I got a Z6 and an extra. So that's 6 troopers, and that's only 2 squads. Down here, there's a stout squad. I need to take electro binoculars off him though, and I want to put him on Clone Commander. I don't know why it didn't save that. There we go. And that lets you give people aim tokens. So giving people the tokens and then being able to share the tokens, that's what I'm going for with this. So these guys are probably going to do a lot of shooting. This one will do a lot of shooting. 5s can coordinate clone troopers as well as have a nice dice pool. And he's got smokes to help keep them safe as well. And then this is almost just naked, but they're electro binoculars with a phase 1. So these will be in the front lines. This one will be a little like a secondary with the Clone Commander. These will be pumping tokens to these 3, and these 3 will be able to use their tokens. That's the plan. So let me dip these down. This is where I'm a little sad because I'm only running 2 Barks, and they're only running Twin Laser Gunner. And my lat's basically the same in every build. Shock Trooper, onboard comms for Rex, and high energy shells. Just to hold the board. It's 9 activations, but I think I've got a lot more control. Because if you come down here into some of these commands, 2 troopers, attack of the clones, 3 troopers, and either gains a surge or removes a suppression. We're not programmed as 4 troopers and buffs to Rex. So if you're doing that, and that one's 2 by itself, everything else is 1. Air support is just a commander or a vehicle. But in 2 turns, that one at 3, the Clone Commander bolsters or adds 1, and if I add 1 to 5s can also give 1. So you're talking 2 turns where I have 5 or 6 orders out, and that gives me a lot better playability to pick when I want stuff to happen and it's not so random. Yeah. So you give 5s an order, he gives somebody else an order. And we can use Clone Commander just for 5s every time if you want. Every time. So I haven't got to play this yet. There's a solid chance I might get to try it out on the 21st, which is tomorrow. Like I said, today's the 20th. So here's hoping that all works out. I do have some other stuff, not so much. I do have a couple Obi-Wans. I've got Anakin, like I said. I do have a Padme. I do like her. I don't like her command cards as much as Rex, but I like everything else. Not more than Rex, though. And plus, I don't want to paint Padme. It's just part of the thing. But she can also change orders. So, and share tokens. Especially at range 2 in line of sight. That's pretty sick. Nimble and sharpshooter too. And her pistol has Pierce 1. Pierce can suck it. But yeah, those are the first list is what I used to play. And this is what I'm trying to play now. I might do some stuff on Tabletop Sim. I might do some Tabletop Sim tutorials as well. I don't know. But these are my lists. And looking over here, making sure everything's good. That's my list, both of them. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think. Show me your list. Send me links for Tabletop Admiral, and I'll check them out. I don't know a lot, really, to like judge other lists, and other people's playstyle is different. So what works for one might not work for the other. But let me know. Let me know what you think of this one. Let me know what you would change. But that is going to be today's episode. We're almost at 20 minutes of me just talking. But that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. That's Redbeard Does Star Wars Legion. First episode.